Once upon a time, in a small remote village nestled deep within the misty mountains of Japan, there lived a wise Zen Buddhist monk named Masaru. Masaru was renowned for his deep understanding of the human mind and his ability to guide people toward enlightenment. He had a reputation for sharing profound teachings through captivating stories, and one of his most cherished stories was the tale of a young man named Hiroshi. Hiroshi was a thoughtful and intelligent young man who lived in the same village as Masaru. He had a strong desire to understand the mysteries of life, and he often found himself lost in thought, pondering the meaning of existence. He would spend hours sitting by the river, gazing at the flowing water, or under the ancient cherry blossom tree, lost in the beauty of its delicate blossoms. His mind was a constant whirlwind of questions and thoughts, and he had a reputation in the village for being an overthinker. One warm, sunny morning, Hiroshi decided to visit Masaru's humble temple, perched on a serene hilltop overlooking the village. Masaru, with his warm smile and wise eyes, greeted Hiroshi at the temple's entrance. He could sense the turmoil in his mind and invited him to sit with him in the peaceful garden. They sat down on the smooth, polished stones surrounding a tranquil koi pond. Masaru said nothing, allowing Hiroshi to sit in silence for a while. The koi fish glided through the water, their graceful movements mesmerizing and serene. After some time, Hiroshi finally broke the silence. "Masaru, my mind is a turbulent sea of thoughts. I cannot stop overthinking, and it is consuming my days and nights. I yearn to find peace and understanding." Masaru nodded understandingly and began to tell Hiroshi a story. In a distant land, there was a young man much like you, Hiroshi. He too was plagued by the relentless chatter of his mind. He roamed the countryside, searching for a solution to his overthinking. He sought out wise sages, traveled to sacred temples, and read countless books on philosophy and spirituality. But no matter how much he learned or how many practices he tried, his mind remained restless. One day, the young man heard of a legendary Zen master who lived high in the mountains. It was said that this master possessed the wisdom to silence even the most chaotic minds. Fueled by hope, the young man embarked on a treacherous journey up the steep and rugged terrain, facing wild animals and harsh weather. Finally, he reached the Zen master's secluded hut, tucked away among the clouds. The old master welcomed him with a kind smile and invited him to stay. The young man was eager to learn the secret to tranquility, and he pestered the master with questions day and night. The master, instead of answering directly, gave the young man a simple wooden bowl and instructed him to fill it with water from the nearby stream. The young man obeyed, and he filled the bowl to the brim. But as he tried to carry it back to the hut, the water spilled over the sides, leaving the bowl only half full. Frustrated, he returned to the master, who instructed him to try again. This time, the young man filled the bowl only halfway, hoping to avoid spilling any water. However, once again he couldn't make it back to the hut without spilling a drop. Exasperated, the young man returned to the master, who looked at him with a serene gaze. "Young one," the master said, "your mind is much like this bowl. It is overflowing with thoughts, and no matter how hard you try to carry them, they spill over, leaving you with only half of what you seek." Hiroshi, as you are now, this young man too was consumed by the desire for understanding and enlightenment. He thought that he could grasp the answers he sought through constant intellectual pursuits, much like you, but he learned a valuable lesson from the Zen master. True understanding is not found by filling your mind to the brim with thoughts, but by emptying it and allowing the wisdom to flow in naturally, just as the bowl can only be filled if it is first emptied. Hiroshi listened intently, his overactive mind absorbing Masaru's story. It resonated with him deeply, and he realized the profound truth it held. He had been so busy filling his mind with questions, worries, and contemplations that he had neglected the need to empty it, to find stillness and silence within. Masaru continued, "Hiroshi, overthinking is like an overflowing bowl. The more you try to fill it with thoughts, the more chaotic and unmanageable it becomes. Instead, seek the wisdom that arises when the mind is still and free from constant chatter. Let go of the need to find answers through relentless thinking and allow the answers to come to you naturally. Hiroshi felt a newfound sense of clarity and a desire to embark on a journey of self-discovery. Masaru's story had touched his heart and opened his mind to a different way of approaching life's mysteries. Over the following months, Hiroshi visited Masaru regularly. Under his guidance, he began to practice meditation and mindfulness, gradually learning to quiet his restless mind. He found that by embracing stillness, he could experience profound moments of insight and enlightenment. As he continued his journey, Hiroshi often sat by the same river, gazing at the flowing water and under the cherry blossom tree, savoring the beauty of its delicate blossoms. But now, his mind was no longer a turbulent sea of thoughts. Instead, it was a tranquil river of wisdom, flowing effortlessly and naturally. Years passed, and Hiroshi became known as one of the village's wisest and most peaceful souls. He had discovered that true understanding could not be forced or rushed, but had to be allowed to unfold organically, like the blossoming of a cherry tree in spring. Masaru's teachings, through his story and his patient guidance, had transformed Hiroshi's life. His overthinking had given way to a profound sense of inner peace and a deep connection with the mysteries of existence. In the end, Hiroshi understood that the journey toward enlightenment was not about accumulating knowledge or intellectual pursuits, but about finding stillness and allowing the wisdom of the universe to flow through him. He had learned to empty the overflowing bowl of his mind, and in that emptiness, he had found the answers he had long sought. The story of Hiroshi, the young man who overcame overthinking, became one of the many tales shared by Masaru, the wise Zen Buddhist monk, as he continued to inspire and guide those in search of peace and understanding in the tranquil village, nestled deep within the misty mountains of Japan. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe for more videos on Zen Buddhism, overthinking, and other topics related to personal growth and well-being. Your support means the world to me. Thank you for helping me to spread the message of Zen Buddhism and mindfulness to the world. I hope to see you again soon.